Call of Duty World War II. What a video game. It's been a while since I've played Call of Duty World War II, but I definitely do remember the hype surrounding it. Well, the hype that wasn't Battlefield fans saying it was copying Battlefield 1, but never mind. Most of the people abandoned the game after pretty much Christmas, and they didn't touch it ever again, and I kind of did the same thing. I bought the game thinking it was going to be pretty cool, and if you know, I'm a pretty big fan of World War II games, and that's why I bought the game in the first place. You know, I recognized all these cool things that I knew about, and I was interested to buy a game. And I bought it on the PS4, and I mean, did it suck? Yes, there was things that were annoying about it, but I personally bought it for zombies and multiplayer. And for the stuff, the zombies and campaign. The campaign, I would say, is okay. It definitely does have some flaws for what it's worth, but it's not terrible. What about the other thing about the game for zombies? Well, zombies, yeah, it was pretty good. Of course, I'm not a person that has played Treyarch games, so I've played a bit of Call of Duty Zombies before, but it's pretty much my first attempt, or not my first attempt, my first dive into the whole thing with zombies. And I was a pretty big fan, and I was kind of into the zombies community. I was like lurking around the Reddit and all that stuff. And I saw what they were doing with it. It was okay. It was pretty fun, not gonna lie. And after that, I died. And yeah, it was pretty fun. But of course, there was this whole thing. I didn't buy any of the DLCs. If you were wondering, I never, and I probably never will. Because fuck Call of Duty World War II and fuck PlayStation in general, because I don't want to pay for online. But that's a story for another time, and if anybody wants me to do thoughts and opinions on PlayStation, I'll gladly do it. In regards to Call of Duty World War II, though, yeah, the zombies were pretty fun. Also, the fact that I actually had some people to play with, people that I met, and then whatever, it was pretty good. It did change up the whole experience and whatever. It was fun. And then we go to multiplayer. Now I would say I've played about the same amount of zombies as in multiplayer, like in terms of time. The gameplay you're gonna be seeing in the background is probably gonna be old stuff. Like the stuff that I have saved on my hard drive for Call of Duty gameplay is pretty old. We're talking like first 3 months old. So if anything looks different, I am extremely sorry for that. But I don't have PSN, so I cannot capture any gameplay. I'll see if I could. I'm pretty sure I have enough for this entire recording. That's probably what's gonna happen. It's just I don't know if it's gonna be interesting or not. Anyway, moving on. So then when did I come back? Then I went back to Call of Duty. Well, after they introduced the whole new update, and yeah, it was pretty good. The new update that they made actually made it fun. With the orders and zombies and whatnot. It all seemed fun, for what it was worth. Also, I made a very weird and cringy video back in the day, or not back in the day, a couple of months ago, not even, a bunch of months ago. I don't know if that's even a sentence. To about zombies and what they needed to fix. And while the points that I said in that video still stand, I don't advise you to watch it. It's pretty bad. And the mic quality is just always like the same. It's the same microphone as this. It's just that the recording was a bit less quality. I think with those older videos with recordings. So back to multiplayer, as I said, yeah, it was fun, but it was also pretty rage-inducing. Well, yes, with Battlefield 1, it was also pretty rage-inducing. Battlefield 1 was not, terrible. Although I did like the fact you can customize guns and soldiers in this game, I'm pretty sure Battlefield 1 was much better of a game. And that's not me saying it because I'm a Battlefield fanboy. I generally got bored of Call of Duty pretty fast. The matches weren't interesting, they were just boring as hell. Everybody was a sweaty tryhard. Like, with Battlefield, there's, you can notice who's a sweaty tryhard, the same with Call of Duty, but the ratio isn't as high. I mean, depending on what game way you play with Battlefield 1, that is. But that's a whole different story that I probably will not make a video about unless somebody actually watches this. But, what's my final verdict on it? My final verdict on Call of Duty World War II is that it was an okay game after the update, the big update. If you ever played Call of Duty World War II, you know. And everything before that was meh. It was meh, pretty much. There was nothing about it. It was mediocre, bland, disinteresting. The zombies were something interest. It was the zombies were the only thing that's interesting. The campaign was okay for what it was worth, but the zombies were the only redeeming factor. And even then, a lot of people say that the zombie story and how it progressed through the entire season was horrible. And while I cannot judge because I'm not really into the story, like I've seen, there are people talking about it and whatnot, but I haven't played the maps, neither have I been invested into the story that heavily to care or to comment on it. So if you're really asking me like, was the zombies good? Yeah, I'm not gonna be answering you saying yeah it's pretty good because I've only played the two maps and I haven't played any in the others because I'm not interested to buy DLC for a game I wasn't even gonna play. Then you might ask me why did you buy it? If you watch the first video on this series with Battlefield 1, you would understand why I bought it, because of hype. And I don't want to do the same mistake again, and that's why I do these videos necessarily. It's just to give myself a reason why not to do this stuff and buy games because I'm hyped for them. And that was my final verdict on it. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. See you in the next one. Well, I actually told Casper I was going to do this video, and he wanted me to include him somehow in the video. So I don't know if I'm going to include him. Maybe I'll ask him today or something. I'm not sure. But enough with that. The last night's video, the yesterday video, the anti-tank only video got a decent amount of views, and yeah, it was pretty fun to make. Actually, it wasn't that fun to record, that is, because recording Hearts of Iron 4 is pretty boring. But what can you do? The next video is probably either gonna be a Rage Let's Plays or something else I'm thinking of doing. Anyway, thanks for watching. Go watch Lego porn. I don't know what you do, guys, but yeah, whatever. See ya.